breakfast right now, though.
So what?
I'm eating breakfast.
Oh, Chris is here too.
Hi, Chris.
Wow.
Chris, you're fucking late, man. You're fucking late.
Creeper over
My
here.
bad.
That's
My
alright,
bad.
man. That's alright. You can
The
go.
wizard is never late, nor is he early.
Alrighty. So, you guys had a devastating battle with
They're
some
all playing
hags.
their
Okay. So you guys had a devastating battle with some hags. You all went
kneecaps.
down. Yes.
Breaking kneecap?
Oh my god, guys.
Wait, what happened to our kneecaps?
I'll wait. Alright. Hannibal, Fritz, and
I don't
Flynn.
have kneecaps anymore.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, my kneecaps are turned the other way. Fritz's.
You have way more patience than I do.
You know, I'm about to call it. Okay, Hannibal, Fritz, and Flynn, you all wake up in a dark room, kind of all bundled together, next to a window. You've never seen this room before, your eyes are adjusting. Hannibal realizes he doesn't have his goggles of night on. You don't have any of your weapons. You have your other items, but you just don't have those items on you right now. You guys all feel like it's freezing here. You kind of are adjusting your eyes, you're looking up, and you see Holmes and Clover naked and attached to hooks to the ceiling. They have pools of frozen blood underneath them. You can tell they are fully dead.
Quick question: where are the hooks
Yes.
attached to? Like, is it? I'm just curious for how it looks. Is it attached to like their back skin or?
Yeah, it's like going through their torsos.
Okay, this is horrifying. Wait, who's hooked in the ceiling?
Holmes and Clover.
Oh,
I'm gonna go, guys. This is getting weird.
Yep.
see, Chris.
Right.
Like Chris.
And so upon seeing that, you don't see any of the hags, but you guys see your friends Holmes and Clover hanging from the ceiling. And you see in the middle of the room is a table where there's a naked Sonny. He is partially skinned. His legs and arms are removed. And there's 3 buckets next to the table. One you see has bones sticking out of it. One's got flesh. And one has skin. So, seeing all of this, Flynn goes into one of his classic rages. This one's a little different. He seems particularly disturbed, obviously. It's like a very reckless rage and smashes through the window and just flies right into this guy.
Can I tear off my wings and run?
Sure. Gonna run into the mist, into the forest. All right. Fritz has like this etched look of horror on his face. Hannibal can see Fritz, and he seems a little different. He was the first to go down, and you guys could tell he was dead before any of you. So you're gathering like he's not quite the same as he was before, but he's saw his best friend skinned and dismembered in front of him, and he also books it, but he starts teleporting, which you didn't see him do before.
Quick question: can I grab Sonny's remains first?
Sure.
I want to go.
You won't be able to get all of him. You can get his
Okay.
like dismembered torso if you want.
I'll grab it and I'll be like, "It's gonna be okay, Sonny. It's gonna be okay." And then he'll.
Yeah. So you start teleporting. Since Sonny's not alive, you can take him with you. and you teleport into the mist. So that leaves Hannibal, who has just witnessed all of his friends die. One of his friends goes so crazy that he ripped off his wings and just burst through the wall or the window. And then Fritz developed this new power and tried to save his dead friend like a little bundle of flesh and sadness. Hannibal then is gonna leave this place as well. Seeing no hags.
Before I had left, obviously, in horror of what I'm seeing, I think I would probably try and get the two hanging down up until a point where I maybe I hear the hags moving or whatever, but I'd try and spend as much time as I can to try and get them down.
Yeah,
before.
So setting the scene a little bit more as well, you were fucked up. You don't feel like you got a long rest or anything. You just kind of woke up after being unconscious. You're sort of on death's door, and you're really fucking cold. You're trying to manage this hook, but your fingers are you can't really feel your fingers, because it's so cold in there. You will eventually start to hear the hags. It is super dark though.
Being futile, and I need to get the fuck out. And I run, afraid, a feeling of horror that I've never felt before.
As you leave this shed, you don't recognize the area around you. It is dark, and you don't have your goggles on. Yep. You can see far off in the distance is the mill. So this seems to be a room or a house separate from the mill that they use to process meat. So you can just book it through the forest. There doesn't seem to be a path. These hags know their way, so they don't need one. As you are running, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, using my survival and how many times I've seen the map, I'm probably headed towards the nearest town, so I can try and get word out. I'm just heading to the nearest town.
You do have the map in your bag, which you still have on you, but it is dark, so you can't see it right now. So you're just in the forest, stumbling along. You trip over a log, and stuck in the log is an axe. Would you like to take it?
I'm definitely grabbing whatever I can as self-defense. I'm not really thinking about what it is. I'm just grabbing it and putting it in my bag, putting it on my waist, whatever it is.
Perfect. And so you will continue running through the night, through the forest. Eventually, you find a cliffside. Give me a dexterity saving throw. Did we lose somebody?
That is a 15 plus 1, I think. I'm pulling up my character sheet. Do I have any fatigue or anything like that?
You do. You have a level of exhaustion.
So is that? I think
don't think that's saving throws, though. Yeah. It
is saving throws?
I don't think so.
Okay, then that's a 17 dexterity save.
Okay, so it's going to be fine. You're tumbling down this cliffside. It's not like a drop, but it's like when someone catches their foot on a root and then they just kind of roll down a hill. That's what's happening here. You're going to land at the bottom on the road, unconscious. But you didn't take extra damage from that.
Okay.
And so then
we probably looking for signs of Flynn, because he went crazy, and I generally know as Hannibal that he's still kind of around, so it's probably running towards town looking for signs of Flynn.
Okay. So then we will go to the new party. you all were you arrived in Barovia similarly to the other party as a group that already knew each other through whatever means that you have decided that to be. You didn't go through Death House. You came in slightly after, like a few days after the original party. So Death House was already destroyed. You guys were told by you met Ismark, who at the time was acting as the burgomaster. He's and Arena has left with the other people. So he encouraged you guys to go to Valaki because it was a stronger town with more defenses, and he let you know that Arena should be there because another party has helped him out, and he trusted that they would get her to the town safely. So he requested that you guys just check on her, make sure she's doing fine, and see if she can like send him a letter or something, just to kind of ease his mind of where she's at, which was no problem for you guys. A safer town would be nice. He also mentioned that there's a festival happening in Valaki, he heard, so that might be something worth checking out. So you guys journeyed similarly like the other party through the main road. When you got to the Sir Pool, the traveling Vistani weren't there. So you didn't make the same. This party didn't make the same bridge mistake. You went back down, and you eventually met up with a Vistani party. They were being attacked by werewolves, and this party decided to help the Vistani, who didn't seem like monsters. You all managed to drive them away with the help of this Vistani party, and they allowed you to travel with them for the remainder of their trip to Valaki. They know that there's a camp for Vistani just to the south of Valaki because they're not welcome in the town, but they trust you for helping them out, and they're willing to travel with you the rest of the way there. So you guys are traveling with this party of Vistani. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
I can go first.
Okay.
Newt is a little Shadarkai guy. Let me just read off from my character description here.
You said Newt, right?
Yes.
All right, awesome.
He's from, the Shadowfell. He's a Shadarkai. Gosh, why did I say I would go first? Should I just do the backstory, or okay? I'll give him a physical description. He's a Shadowkai. He's got a bald head. He's got tattoos all over his face, like Darth Maul, and all over his body too. He's kind of got a blue tint to his skin. He's wearing some chainmail. He's got this really thick quiver with, that kind of just goes into a void, and he pulls arrows out of that. And he's got a longbow and a rapier. He was banished. He's also got a trombone in that thing. He was banished from the realm of the Shadow Queen because he was so devoted to the Shadow Queen that he mistaked his devotion for romantic love and tried to propose to her. And the priests of the the Raven Queen did not like that, so they banished him. And he ended up in Barovia, and eventually met this group and started hanging around with them. And now they're hoping to vanquish evil, finding solace and unity and a glimmer of hope in this darkest night. He's not good at trombone either.
What is Newt's passive perception? I think you already sent me this, but I did not write it down.
My passive, it's like 10 plus my modifiers, right?
Yeah, plus proficiency if you're proficient with perception.
I am. That would be 13.
Okay, and what's your dex score?
My dex is +4, 19.
Dexy boy. All right. Sister Elizabeth.
Okay, Sister Elizabeth. She looks. I'll tell you what she looks like. She. I guess I'll get it out. Get a better description. Character dump. Okay. Very sunken in eyes and teeth. She's wearing a nun's outfit with white collar and a white kind of hood over top of that. And I guess carried around her like a keg or a small football is a jar with her. It's got lots of quirks in it. Sister Elizabeth comes from the clergy of All-Nighter. She wears a pendant that shows that, and it's a small piece of small wood, and it looks like two white handprints that make kind of like doves on the side, and they're kind of bound by red twine, I think. And it's a leather a leather necklace. Sister Elizabeth remains fairly quiet most of the time and reserved, and she carries a candle that magically lights and unlights through the form of prestidigitation.
Sick.
Thank you.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I'm a young tiefling. I have red skin. At first glance, it kind of looks like I'm really sunburnt, but once you like get a closer look, you're like, oh, her skin tone is just red. I have curly, dark brown hair and curly ram's horns. And I wear a wide brim black hat. I wear a modest black dress and overdress. And I have the cutest little piggy feet. I'm on Rumspringa right now, so I'm just exploring the world and learning new things, meeting new people, and everything is joyous wonderment.
Which has shifted since you've been here. You've seen some horrible things. You guys didn't go through the death house, but you did see, you've seen zombies and people getting killed and stuff like that. Anything else, Ruth?
It's been a great time. That's it.
Doodle.
Oh my god, he's muted.
Doodle. Hey guys. So Doodle is a halfling. He's got a hooded cloak on at the moment. You guys see him wearing a monocle on one eye. Very shaggy hair. He looks quite tall for a halfling to be 3'10". He's got a shield on his back. Depending if are we sitting somewhere, or are we kind of walking about?
You guys are like walking with the Vistani party, so they have a couple like carriages and horses and things, but you guys are walking with them.
Okay, so yeah, I have my shield on my back, and you just see him walking, kind of slapping his legs, ham boning, doing a little bit of ham boning, practicing some beats, some sick beats. And he's got a rapier on his hip. Actually, it's a scimitar. He's got a scimitar on his hip. And that's Doodle.
And then Moat.
So, you all know that Moat of the world's heart is the deepest dwarf who embodies the primal aspects. He has onyx skin and milky silver hair that is curly, that he keeps his hair crimped short because he wears a leather short brimmed hat. He has milky white eyes, and you know he's a Dwergar, but he calls himself the deepest dwarf. He is covered in armaments made from what seem to be the remains of various animals, but very practically and expertly put together. He has a shield made of a beetle's chitin. On his hip, he dangles a somewhat resembling humanoid skull with a purplish blue gem in one of the sockets, and he often will talk to it. And Moat and Doodle often communicate frequently with each other, and we're known to have been met together before meeting the rest of the party, before getting into Barovia. So he can be fairly standoffish and pretty much dour and pessimistic at most times, coinciding with his Dwergar heritage. But he was also an outcast and preferred solitude, and eventually, through his travels, ended up on the surface, meeting Doodle, and then eventually your party, and now you're in Barovia.
And he sold me this sick shield that I use as a drum.
Why, yes, Doodle. You was the only person to notice its true purpose.
Yeah, god dang, Moat, you already know. I already know how to use these instruments, boy.
The world is our instrument, my friend.
Please, keep it down.
What's with the old hag?
So going off of that, you guys want to just describe briefly how you all met each other, like where you started before Barovia together, if you've discussed that.
Sure. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I'll go off on how I met Doodle. So, Moat is a self-proclaimed wayfarer, archaeologist, and explorer, and just ended up by being fairly introverted and reclusive, wandering in ruins and dungeons, and he would collect things, artifacts, quote unquote, and he eventually, through his explorations, got up to the surface and tried to sell his findings. Some people would buy them, some people would shun him because he's a Dwergar, otherwise, which made him resent surface people as well. One person, and the first person to really genuinely buy something and appreciate what was purchased, not just out of like a pity purchase, was Doodle. A similar height, because Moat is only 4 foot, 4'2" on a good day, usually after it rains, and they kind of became friends of fancy and began traveling, and it kind of tickled Moat that Doodle is a bard, and he secretly wants to have his own song sung one day, because in his eyes, you never die if your name is spoken or still being spoken. So after after that purchase or that transaction, him and Doodle began adventuring, town to town, tavern to tavern, runes to runes, dungeons to dungeons, whether they're just like, I mean, we're only level 3, so it wasn't anything too terribly treacherous, and at that time we were low level. And I imagine that we probably came across someone or everyone else along our travels. So what is Doodle's perspective on it all?
Oh yeah. So Doodle was a very backwoods country boy that he lived in kind of like a swamp, and one day was taken by a wizard to fight in the halfling fight pit. Um, to which he ended up escaping by leading the halflings to kill the wizard. To which his first, out of the fight pits life was at a bar to where I met Moat, and I was, you know, extremely excited about seeing this shield. Um, and it was the first piece of equipment that I had gained outside of the fight pit. And so after joining Moat, I probably, being a bard, helped him sell some of his wares as having the expertise of talking to people.
Sorry to interrupt.
And
As a side note, Moat used to just sell everything as a shield, whether it was a blanket, like a relic, like a urn, or a drum. He would just call everything a shield, and yeah, regardless.
so this is my shield drum, and I've traveled with Moat for many days now, and I have already started a song for Moat as my traveling companion.
Very nice.
Okay, Sister Elizabeth follows back from the shadows, ushering the lonely sheep to a certain way to make sure they don't herd far from the party. She's
I'm the sheep.
you and many others. She is not concerned about anybody else's objectives in the party. However, she does advance them because she sees advancing the party advances her objectives. So she is in favor with the party, helps them where they need, and enjoys their presence around her. I will say one thing I got to mention about Sister Elizabeth. I'm going to use prestidigitation to have like smoke, or I guess like kind of like maybe shadow smoke flow throughout the bottom of my dress, so you can't see my feet and it almost looks like I'm floating. I'm creating an instantaneous harmless sensory effect, such as showers of sparks, a puff of wind, a faint musical note, or an odd odor. And so I'm using the smoke as the harmless sensory effect here.
Is there an odor to it?
No.
Is she motherly?
She can be.
Okay.
She helps those who help themselves.
She is called Sister Elizabeth, not Mother Elizabeth.
Ilamara sees all.
Well, Sister Elizabeth, you remind me of my ma from back home. She was just the sweetest thing, always looking after me and my 15 brothers and sisters.
Wine.
How
You
did
were the
Newt
prize
get into
kid
this?
out of the whole litter.
What was that, Mother? I'm
You
sorry.
were the prize pig out of the whole litter.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, sis.
Oh my god, I'm dying that you just called her sis.
So, how did Newt get into the party?
Newt would have seen Sister Elizabeth, a fellow Shadarkaya, or so he thought, at a tavern.
I don't
would
know.
walk right up to y'all.
I don't know that I've been Shatterkai yet, but I am.
He quickly realized that you were not from Shadowfell because you did not know who the Raven Queen was, I'm assuming.
Not yet.
Yeah, so realizing that, he kind of came over. He's a bit of a con man, so he was trying to weasel his way back out of banishment after trying to propose to the Raven Queen so audaciously. And he realizes quickly that Sister Elizabeth is not who he thought she would be. And then met the rest of the party, who's a bunch of bards, and saw his chance to maybe learn a good bit about trombone and have a second chance at it more successfully.
Trombone?
Yeah, he plays trombone.
Okay.
He attempted to propose to the Raven Queen with a trombone song. It did not go well.
Was it a nat 1?
It was bad. He's not proficient with it.
It had to have been a nat 1 to get banished.
He's just like someone seeing a trombone and having the confidence, like, I can play that instrument. I'm gonna make this woman swoon to me. Just going for it. I love it.
Not only was it heresy, it was also a bad performance. And he saw his chance to learn some things and hang out with some people who aren't, gonna think he's a weirdo. They're a bunch of weirdos. And he just stuck around. We probably all played a song together at a tavern. However that went.
Oh yeah, I'm always down for music. Playing my shield drum.
Well, just because Moat is a baritone, he's not actually a bard, so he just changes into an animal on your performances and just sings the song of whatever animal he turns into. So whether it's, I don't know, like a stuff he's seen. So, he's probably turned into a cow so he could moo, or a bird so he could chirp.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
He's probably also operated as your, if he's seen a mule for transporting goods.
I think you could easily have seen a mule.
Maybe bats. A bat. Little squeaks.
Yeah, that high pitch.
Yeah, as
cool.
we walk, Doodle's kind of he starts singing a little tune. Walking
Wait,
down.
Amy's character, how did they get into the ragtag magabang?
That's a good question. I come from a very strict community, where it's very, I guess not patriarchal, but very, your elders are there to protect you. They're always right. Listen to your elders type of thing. And so anybody older than Ruth, she just unwaveringly trusts, which has gotten her into some trouble, but it's also worked out to her benefit in some cases. So whoever she met first, she definitely would have probably trusted, like, with her whole heart and been like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with you. You seem really nice.
Very
Wait, how many of
cool.
us are there? There's Newt, Sister E, Doodle,
Sis.
and what the heck is my character's name? Moat? 4 to roll from? You should roll a D4
Moat,
and see
Doodle,
who you met
Newt,
first.
Ruth, and Sister Elizabeth. What did you say?
You should roll to see who she met first, or just pick. Regardless, how old is Ruth?
I'm 16, I think.
Baby Ruth, okay.
Yeah, 16.
How old are all of us?
Moat is 200 plus.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she
Doodle's about
definitely
23.
trusts you with you being so old.
Yeah, he's
How old
up
is-
there. It took him a while to get from the deepest depths to the surface.
How old is Sister Elizabeth?
68. My birthday's in a month.
Nice.
Wow. Work on
How old
it.
is Newt?
Newt is 32.
32.
Is a young guy for a Shadow Kai.
What did Moat do in his youth before he became a leveled adventurer? 200 years.
That's what he did. He crawled out of the Underdark, slowly and surely, safely and cautiously.
Can I
Little
get
cautious.
Moat's passive perception index score?
It would be. Oh, I don't know if I'm. Hold on, let me see.
And I need Doodles as well.
Doodle's passive perception is 12, and my total dex score
Yes.
is 19.
Dexy. Okay. You guys should be able to edit your old characters. You can just turn them into the new ones and put tokens in here.
So
If you
his
can't, we
passive
should figure it out.
perception is 14.
14 and his dex 4.
Is flat 11, so plus 0.
Sick. Okay. That will help with me doing initiatives. And Hannibal, I already have yours.
Turtle.
Unless you guys just don't pick him up. Let's see. Hannibal, you are a Dragonborn. Yeah, so let's get your tokens together so that we can put them on maps in Zaputa.
I'm working on loading ours up.
Put those tokens on the map.
You should see your old tokens and one of the old little encounters you did. Arena can go. And I guess a smiley sucking a dick.
That looks smarter.
Oh, Moat, what is your dark vision? I assume you have it.
Need to white to match that background.
Is it 60?
Oh, it's got an emboss. That's cool.
It's 120.
Okay.
It's the Dwargard Superior Dark Vision. Well, I'm not at the computer right now. Give me a second.
That's fine.
I'll get the dim bright for you.
No, just do the corner here. You might be able to add some color if you want. Yeah.
Does Doodle have dark vision?
Doodle does not.
Shit's weak. Okay.
Alright, well, I think the rest of us do have dark vision.
So I can see dim light within 120 feet as if it was bright, and in darkness as if it was dim. But still no colors, just shades of gray.
Edit my little token.
And me and Sister Elizabeth also see in dark, or shades of gray and dark. But like puppy dogs.
Is that right? Is that spelled right?
Interesting. Ken, how old is Hannibal?
That's better.
Hannibal is like 16, I think.
Wow, a couple of teens, a couple of oldies, a couple of middleies. You guys are more balanced this time, at least with things like that. 2 bards, 2 fighters, 2 clerics, no, 2 druids.
Hey,
And
Joe.
then
Perfectly balanced.
Moat is a cleric also. So
Hey, Joe.
Hey,
Can you send me the picture? You want me to use that picture and create a token for you?
yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay. I'm going to go live.
I'm gonna try to figure out your vision stuff in here, so bear with me.
I don't have control of my little token die.
Did you make one?
I think
In your journal, you should see Fritz there, so you should be able to edit it.
I did, but I can't like move the actual token. For some
This
odd
one?
reason. Yeah.
That makes sense. There's no controls on it. That's why. Rob and me.
Alright, Joe,
Alright,
you
you
watching?
should be able to move him now.
Let's see. If I just delete them and then make a new one.
Yeah, you just need to edit like the
Yeah,
thing in the journal. Yeah, not. Yeah.
I did it, but
Hey, Joe, what if you would tune in, can you choose a border here?
Yeah, let's go yellow.
No, like a shape.
Oh.
Double border, cogwheel, thick and kind of stony, the classic.
Oh, that's sick.
I gave Ruth control by Nate as
Yeah, that
well.
one.
Is that how you guys are doing that?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Any color you want?
Perfect. Let's go blue.
Okay. Oh, that's really blue.
Yeah, just like that.
Like that? Yeah?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
Like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What if I did like... yeah, right here. What about right here?
Perfect.
Okay, it's more purple, but I can go more blue if you want.
It doesn't matter.
And matches his face.
I wish I could, like, take a dropper tool and pull it, Can I?
Yeah.
That's perfect right there. Alright, I'm pulling that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Joe, did you want it's Newt what? Newt title here? Newt.
My last name was taken from me when I was banished, so Newt the Banished.
You want Newt the Banished? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll edit your inventory to that. I had Newt the Champion. You said banished?
I don't know. I just made that up on the spot.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
from the
Improv, baby.
We're on live right now.
Das Live Action.
Are you on Twitch, Jake?
No.
Okay.
I'm only recording.
Okay. I like our new colors. Oh shit, Jake, look at your character. 200%.
Do you like the way Moat dress? I have read many articles on the way humans dress, and I think I have found the way that fits me best. Who is this little child that I
Rob.
love so much?
Rob, you want me to throw that into the token maker?
Sure.
Look at that fucking halfling, dude. That's
See the
sick.
picture or upload it into character dump if you would.
Okay.
Guys, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm eating another shark.
Gummy shark?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Oh, I know things.
I wish I had some gummies.
I can smell it.
It's super sugary. Went to the candy store yesterday.
Candy store.
Take you to the candy
Yeah.
shop.
It's called
What?
I Love Sugar.
So wait, what are your guys' classes? I've got
Don't worry about it.
Sister Elizabeth as the cleric.
Yep.
Ruth, I don't know your classes.
Good.
Sister Elizabeth is a bard, not a cleric.
What?
No. What?
I would like to let you know that Moat
Oh,
has
okay.
no need for classes. I have perfect vision.
Oh my gosh.
And Elizabeth is a human?
She's humanoid.
Shadarkai.
One could say that we are all bipedal humanoids, yes.
Okay.
And Ruth is what race?
A tiefling.
Tiefling. Tiefling, that's what it was.
Hey Rob, if you
Red
tune in,
tiefling, right?
What's up?
I'm sorry, Rob. If you tune into the live stream, would you pick a border for me?
Oh, okay. Let's go to the live
I'm
stream.
sorry, sir. You asked her a question. I interrupted. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, red tiefling. Newt, you're what class and what race?
I'm a Shadarkai champion fighter.
Fighter.
I like that. Oh, that's a nice one. I like the green.
You like that, like cogwheel? I can do something. And this is like unique. That's kind of cool for you.
Oh yeah, yeah, I like that.
You said Moat was a cleric?
He is multi-classing.
Multi-class.
Cleric druid.
Can you put a background color in there?
Yeah, it might be able to because it's a PNG.
Yeah.
Whatever. What color? Let's try it out. What color did you like? Want like a green or?
Yeah, let's do like a light green. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's try it out.
Okay.
Let's just take a swap.
Let's see what it looks like.
What class is Ruth?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Oh, that's okay. He looks cool though.
Yeah, it does look cool. Oh, he's gridded. I just
save it as a PNG or did it save it?
no, it's saved as a.
Oh, it's saved as a JPEG, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what? I might be able to. Let me see if I could save it as a.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll figure it out.
Okay, I'm gonna test these out. Don't think they work. So I will take you to a map you've been to. Let's go back to the death house.
If you're trying to figure out a way to convert that JPEG, Google has a conversion tool for files.
I might be able to do it. I think I just did it. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just sent a JPEG to a character or a PNG to character done. Oh boy. Yes.
What do you think, Rob?
It's beautiful. I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna set that. Is it? Do you like it front and center like that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I do too. Okay, I'm just gonna put it into the character dump. Here you go, man.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's see. So do I just how do I save this?
You right click.
See.
Did it come in as a PNG? Hold on, check. Yeah, it did. You should be able to just save that as a PNG as well, and it should be able to
It
load
just
it.
saves it as all files.
No. So you have to open it in your browser. So you click the picture in Discord, and then click Open in Browser, and then you can save that image as
Okay.
you would regularly do it. Yeah.
Makes sense. Almost there, guys.
It's okay. Gotta get this stuff right before we can really play. You guys should be in Death House. If you could just like move around and see if you have sight, that would be great.
Yep. Joe's got it.
I gave you and Amy control of each other's tokens.
Okay, I got it.
Are we in Death House? I don't want to be here.
Amy's got it. We're good. We're good on my end. Take it to slow your character rotate like he's just standing in the corner in the back of the room.
He's playing the
I was playing the piano, yeah, on the harpsichord.
You know, I am classically trained, but I do not know how to play the classic piano. I will try.
This will probably be a shorter session. I have some stuff I have to do later.
Why isn't this token? Oh, you know what? I think I know why.
Don't forget to set it as the token as well.
Yeah, I think that was my issue.
Yeah, you set both slots in as your picture. What?
Oh my goodness. Hey, my dog has been shedding like the worst he's ever shed before, really. Just blowing out so bad. So I finally got this vacuum that has like the verminating like tool on it, and so it'll just suck up the hair as I scratch him. So it just arrived. I'm so excited.
That's pretty cool. I told my mom to get that for her golden doodle.
Oh, there he is.
I'll let you know if it works well, which one I got.
Have you know I cannot see a thing on the map.
Which makes sense, because Doodle has no dark vision.
Doodle can't see a thing, but Doodle's got a torch. Can Doodle light a torch and look around?
Yeah.
Doodle lights a
He's the
torch.
only one who can touch Moat. No one else can touch Moat. But if you need, put your hand on my shoulder, and I will guide you.
So that's so very kind of you, Mo. Gosh, you remind me of my brother Billy. Billy back home, me and him were as close as can be.
Yes,
Two
Billy
peas in a
back
pod.
home. I've heard about Billy back home many times. Thank you, Doodle.
Yes, I always bring up Billy.
Billy back home's a good boy. Thank you, Doodle.
Anytime, Mo. I love talking to you, Mo. You know, you're full of all kinds of surprises.
Jeez. That's a lot of hair.
I know. It just comes off in clumps, like, so easily. So, hopefully this vacuum works. I don't understand how he has any on his body still.
Madam just blew her coat, so we understand. Except Madam's hair can't be vacuumed because it's so coarse.
Oh, jeez.
You can bundle it up and make a broom.
Wow.
You should make boar's hair brushes, but this is for ladies. It's madam hair brushes.
Wow.
Madame.
Look at us.
Madame hair brushes.
Look at
A
us.
nice little party, guys. The
Palette.
tokens are cute.
Palette.
For now.
I'm gonna smoke a bowl.
While I was RPing with you guys, River got into my okra stash and tore up my okra storage that I was
It seems like every Sunday.
Didn't she get into chips?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because my mom left chips like by the room, and Daisy like knocked them off the table that was outside the room, and then they like River like pulled them under the door, which is like an 1.5 inch gap, and then just
River's a
shredded
growing
them.
girl. She's got to eat.
Sweet River is a little Tarrasque, and I love her so dearly.
She said, "Papa, I'm hungry.
Papa,
I gotta eat." Wow, okra sounds like something good to grow.
I growing pup, Papa.
So, Sarah, I am placing the player's tokens on the landing page. That these already have all of their dark vision settings. So if you make any like maps, like encounter maps or anything, you can just copy the tokens from there and paste them onto the map, and they'll have all the settings.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys back to the map of Barovia.
One time.
So I've got you guys here. You're being represented by this horse on the map as the traveling
of
Vistani
course.
party. Of course, a horse.
Wait, so do we have our kneecaps back?
Yes,
Yes.
You said, I'm sorry, I just heard you. You said there's a horse?
of course.
Okay.
And also we have our
They're
kneecaps
pulling.
back.
They're pulling the Vistani's carriages.
I'm not sure if Ken has his kneecaps back though.
Sunny definitely doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Don't worry.
Well, in hell he does.
That.
He's got hellish kneecaps now.
Let's. I know we kind of haven't been playing really, but let's take 5 and then start at 12:30. Back up.
Sounds good.
Sound
That's it. 12:30 is an hour for me though.
Okay, cool. I'll see you in an hour.
Yes, same. Nice taking a lunch break. I can dig it.
I was really choked up. I was like, damn, it's already 12. It's already like 12.
It's 11. It's 11.
For me, it is.